Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. It is fantastic as ever to have you here because we are back for a Steel versus Stelter with a can of tomato juice.
That's not quite the challenge though. Since I won the last challenge by the skin of my teeth, I decided that our challenge today is going to be using this and this to make ourselves some rope darts. So it's basically a spike that you attach some rope to and you can throw it. It's a very, 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 very dangerous weapon. Please do not try to do this yourselves. We are semi-trained, almost professionals.
And so once we've made those rope darts, we have a little challenge, and one of those challenges is we got to get it through this can of tomato juice at 15 feet. Before we jump on in, I want to thank today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. Squarespace is the online website building platform that makes it a piece of cake to build your own website without coding experience, without having to hire coders and website builders. You can do it extremely inexpensively with Squarespace. So if you go to squarespace.com/forge, you're going to get yourself a free Squarespace trial to build your own website, and then if you like it, after that trial, Code Forge is going to get you 10% off your first purchase with them. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring the video. This is the steel. Now, this is Damascus steel that Will was making his Damascus chef's knives from. We've each got about, what, 4 inches of this?
Yep, 20 layers.
Simple piece of Damascus. We are going to jump right in. The hour clock starts now.
I'm going to start off with a design so I have something to work towards. I'm going to start that while my steel heats up.
I've got to come up with a plan here. Here is my plan. Beat Will. There we go. Done. There's actually one thing we forgot to mention. We can't use the power hammer.
I'm twisting my steel to make the pattern a lot more interesting. Ugh. The only problem is that I have to grind it after this to get rid of those marks.
The whole idea I'm working with is I want to make this shorter and fatter. This technique is called upsetting the material.
So I've forged the tip onto my piece, I've twisted it, and I'm starting to isolate out this little backside here where I'm gonna put the hole for my rope for throwing. So next it's just gonna be kind of getting that rough shape and then flattening it down.
Much like what you saw Will do, I ended up twisting my piece so that we could work on that pattern. I'm trying to make a very heavy piece, so I'm trying to use all of this material. I don't want to cut any off. I'm going to start by roughing down a point. This is going to be a slightly rounded dart as opposed to being blade-like, I think. How has 18 minutes already gone by? That's crazy. So as you can see, I'm trying to use all that material. I want this thing to be heavy. I think that's going to be useful for getting through the tin can. And I'm now working on the back half. This is going to be a much longer taper. We're going to keep the bulk of the mass up near the tip. Think you're going to win, Punk?
No. I think mine might be too light because I cut off a bunch of material.
Well, that's no fun.
I'm still gonna go for it though. Maybe the velocity will help me.
Well, you know what, Will? I'm gonna take that all back. I wish you the best of luck. I really hope you win.
Thank you. I hope that I win.
Good
too.
luck. Good. I'm gonna flatten down this heel, this back area, and we're gonna punch a hole. Ah! Teamwork makes the dream work.
Flipping over. Thank you, sir.
You're punching a hole too?
No, this is just for decoration.
So you can see my plan is starting to take shape. I have that thinned down area at the back with the hole in it. That is where our rope is going to attach. It's now back to the front. Forge that down into a sharp point. Okay, so while my piece is cooling down, I'm now thinking about some of the other components of this dart. I'm not going to relegate this to just being the piece of steel and the rope. What I'm going to make is a loop out of some bronze, and I want that loop so that I can really separate the connection between that rope and the steel. I have a feeling that's going to allow it to spin and rotate and fly much smoother. So we've got this, I don't know, about an 1/8 inch wire or so. I'm going to bend it into a ring that I can then solder back together once it's in the steel. Right, I'm gonna come back to this later. Time to start grinding on the piece.
All right, I'm gonna cool it down in the oil now. It's about 400 degrees all the way across, so that shouldn't do anything to it, but I'm gonna still do it real slow, a dip at a time. Well, I want to make sure that this thing is nice and hard for throwing it through a can. So I'm just going to heat it up with the little torch, just quench the very end of it, so that's the only hard part, and then I'll be able to temper it back. We're going to temper it back to a purple or a blue color. Hardened martensite, but tempered back so that it doesn't snap. All right. Back into the grinding room to clean it up. We've got 8 minutes left.
Okie dokie, I've got 8 minutes left. I'm just out of the grinding room. This is what the piece is looking like. Just want to get that tip hardened really, really fast and really, really, not the best way, but we're gonna harden it. 5 minutes 40, oh my goodness. Not good, not good. Oh boy, I gotta get this thing etched.
Okay, I've got it all cleaned up now. It's time to degrease it and do a nice, quick, dirty etch for about 3-4 minutes while I prepare my rope to tie around this end. This is where the Eagle Scout training comes in handy with all of my knots, the two that I remember. But one of them will work perfectly for this. I'm just gonna tie a knot on one end, and this will be my handle side. I'm actually gonna tie, oh, you know what? I'll tie a loop on this end. But I wanna tie a knot so that it doesn't come undone. Well, I'll tie a loop so that I can... What?
I love it. I love how peacefully you're talking. And it's like 4 minutes left. 3 minutes left!
All I need to do is take mine out of etch and tie it on. I'm coasting. What do I do now? Do some cleaning, I guess?
To the jewelry studio! Oh my goodness! We're gonna do some high-speed soldering right here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm out of the etch with my piece into the water. 1 minute.
Let me go ahead and do a quick bowline in here. That'll be more than plenty strong enough.
Goodness, this is so difficult. Okay, I'm trying to get this loop closed.
We got 10 seconds left, Alec.
Well,
You gotta have your rope on in that time.
guess what?
What?
My rope is on.
Time.
Oh,
Can
no.
you use your rope knife?
No, I cannot use my rope knife, Will.
Oh.
No!
That is not the case for all of us.
Congratulations. Functioning rope knife.
Thank
Well
you.
done, Will.
Oh, wow, yours is super
I'm
cool.
gonna finish it for the sake of finishing it, and then we'll test these things.
Yeah.
So we now have a very difficult task of actually finding somewhere safe to test these things.
What, you don't think that anywhere would be safe? Also, I did this little loop on my hand so I don't lose it.
That's smart. It's like when you tie your mittens to your sleeves.
What?
You never tied your mittens to your sleeves?
No.
It's super handy. It means you don't lose
Handy?
them. Okay, we found what we think is a semi-safe spot. Here is one purple-colored soda pop drink. Let's see if we can actually throw these things. Rock, paper, scissors, who goes first?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right.
I'm going first. Didn't make it into the soda pop bottle, but made a mess of that cardboard. Yes! I nicked it! Oh my goodness, what we have learned is this. We make terrible ninjas. Didn't stick in. Okay, he's had one hit, but it glanced off. It didn't stick in. Somebody hit it! We have a bleeding tomato can.
Your tip, that.
That's 100% yours. Look at that, Will.
Awesome.
You done it. Congratulations.
Good time.
Great job taking the win on both the time and puncturing the tomato can.
And
before me.
Puncturing my own hand with a lovely blister that promptly ripped off. It was worth it. I got good practice in.
As we finish out the video, let's thank today's sponsor, which has been Squarespace. Squarespace is all about making it extremely easy to showcase what it is that you do and who it is that you are online on your website. You don't need to go paying extraordinary amounts of money for somebody else to design a website for you. You don't need email back and forths asking them to make changes when something updates, a product sells, your skills have increased and you want to upload new pictures. You no longer have all of that hassle with Squarespace because it doesn't require any of that coding experience. It really doesn't even require you to be all that computer savvy because their user interface for building websites is so simple. This is one of the things that I love about Squarespace is that they have a phenomenal eye for design and clean, neat-looking websites, which is essential to making sure that you can shine the best light on you and your work. I want to highlight two features that I absolutely love about Squarespace in one go, and that is how beautifully Squarespace scales onto a mobile site. Incredibly important, especially today, as so much internet browsing happens on mobile, and also the ability to play a video as a header on a website. It just looks super crispy, super clean. I love it. I love the simplicity and beauty of Squarespace, and I hope you go get started building your website today, going to squarespace.com/forge to get yourself a free trial. Give it a go. See how easy it is. If you like it, you can get 10% off your first purchase when you use code FORGE at checkout. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring the video. Thank you guys for watching. Congratulations, Will, for winning. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.